chasing fire through the years half slowed. Weights on my back, sweat in my eyes. Old man's fight never says die. Old man on the mat, still standing tall. One more round, yeah, I've heard it all. Grip the edge, don't let it slip. Strength in the soul, strength in the grip.
Hey, Old Man on the Mat crew, this is Tony Jones coming into another great episode of Old Man on the Mat. Guys, I am fired up. I know I say it all the time, but that's okay. I am fired up. I believe words are power, so you speak what you want. I believe it's going to be a great episode. I know it's going to be a great episode because it took us 3 times to get this young lady on here. I mean, 3 times, and each time was my fault that it didn't happen, but that's okay. It's going to be great, guys. But before we jump into who she is, let's touch base on what she's done. And I think it's so powerful. And that's, we've all had things we've done in our life. We do, a couple certifications here to help build our lives. But she does all these certifications. She has all these certifications to better her knowledge. And that's huge. That's huge. When you're just doing things to help yourself, guess what? You're going to end up helping other people because you have that knowledge. You know what I mean? Instead of just being that gossipy person on the side, I think I should do it this way. We don't have any of that. But guys, listen to this lady. She is hold on to your seats here. She's a certified personal trainer. She's a certified nutrition coach, which we all need that. She's also a licensed massage therapist. I do miss my massage therapist in Illinois. She was the best. She's a certified yoga instructor. She's a certified sound healer. And I'm fascinated by that. I'm going to ask her a lot on that for you guys too. And she's an ordained minister. Guys, listen up. Let's jump into this real quick. She's also known as Miss Fit Naples. And I give you guys Tonya Starman. I love it. I love it. How are you doing, girl?
I'm fantastic today. Thank you for having me.
Hey, you're more than welcome. Hey, once again, like I said there, I apologize for all the mix-ups before. Different time zones, different, we guess we'll stretch our ages a little bit, the mind warps a little bit.
It was just meant to be. This was our time. That wasn't our time.
This is our time. This is our time. I was talking to my friend out here, and I was like, geez, what is wrong, man? I get these dates wrong, and what's going on? And she said, it wasn't for your time to talk. You got everybody else's calendar, right? So this is going to be the best one. Yes, it's going to be the best one. So anyway, let's jump into this. Tonya, how did your fitness journey start? We're going to jump into this because I've seen some of your stuff on social media, and and some of you guys I'm seeing, I'm sure you've seen all her stuff on there. She is buff. She is flexing out there. And I know I had a question, and I know it's going to sound like I'm being a guy, but I am a guy. How in the hell do you keep that little shirt on? Without flopping side to side. I'm like, she's flexing. I had to get off the screen. Like, I can't look at that.
Very carefully. Right.
Carefully. Duct tape.
All right. So it started actually 16 years ago.
Okay.
I've been off and on for 16 years, and 16 years ago, I had just moved to Granite City, Illinois, and decided I was going to join my local gym and lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. And it all started there. And that's where I met my husband, too. He was a personal trainer. And
wow.
so we worked very well together for a while. I had some results. I taught him how to eat. He taught me how to work out. And it kind of started from there. I got some results, but I was busy going to nursing school. So things just kind of fell off. And so I stopped doing that. I gained weight again, and then I lost weight again. And I recently gained weight, and now I'm here, and it took 16 years to get here. And these results are only from like maybe the last few months. I've started seriously working over maybe seriously again, maybe the last like 2 years or something, but I'm down to 9% body fat. I'm down to 120. And this is all since just October, just making that decision.
Wow.
Switch things up and get serious again.
That's pretty wild. So in this short period of time, because you have the physique, and look at all the stuff that you posted out there. You have the physique of somebody who's been, in my opinion, bodybuilding their whole life, come out the womb bodybuilding, So it hasn't been always that way then. So were you just like obese? How were you as a kid? Were you just an athletic kid, or were you just Nothing.
was the skinny little kid. I never did sports, but growing up in the 80s, you're active, so you're outside playing a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't have the internet.
Yep.
We didn't have, well, we had Nintendo and Atari, but, it was more fun to
What
play.
was that? Blink, 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 blink.
Right?
What's that ball?
We still have a Nintendo,
Oh man.
I wasn't big
These
on
people-
sports in school. I mean,
Yeah.
I ran track a little, did tennis a little,
Okay.
nothing seriously long term. So both my parents, I guess, weren't
Yeah.
overweight. They didn't necessarily stress like a really healthy diet. It was a lot of macaroni and cheese and hot dogs and
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
comfort food, whatever, so it wasn't, I think it's
Yeah.
mostly just genetics. And I'm only 4'11",
Okay.
so I don't try
Oh
to
man.
carry that much weight.
Okay. So now you just made a whole bunch of enemies out here. You know that, don't
Right.
you? Everybody. Oh my God. My saying is, I love it. I love, I love saying that if I could find the person that invented weight gain, I'm going to kill him. No, anyway.
No, it's blame the food and drug people, all the preservatives, our food not being food anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
they're doing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And I look at that stuff a lot. I'm always the one in the store. We're looking at the ingredients and all that stuff. And I'm not a super healthy person by any stretch. I love my bourbon. I love my cigars, all that.
It's
But we try to watch what we put in our bodies every day,
It's boring and unsustainable to try to do that. It's not natural. Nobody, wants to do that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't. I still like my bacon cheeseburgers. I still like my gin. I'm
Yeah.
still going to have my brownie sundaes, but I like to say, you can have whatever you want, but everything's always in moderation, So it's always
Gotcha.
portion.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people just don't understand
Yeah.
what that implies.
Yeah. Do you do, like a cheat day?
I don't save it for a day. Like, where I work, they make these fresh baked cookies, and I have a 2 cookie a day habit.
Okay.
So I will eat cookies every day.
Okay. Got it. I
So
love it. I love
I
it.
had to eat clean most of the time, but I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
have the willpower. Those cookies are calling my name,
I feel you. But what I found that for me personally, if I deny myself a long period of time and I have that, and I finally cut loose, man, it
You
doesn't go for one day. It goes for 2 days, 3 days. I got a week. I'm just binging, and it's ridiculous. So you believe in
all
just
that
eating a little bit
guilt
of
and all
junk food
that
every day?
shame. Yeah. It's not worth it,
Yeah. Yeah.
So just eat the
It's
2
not.
cookies a day.
It's
You'll be
not.
fine.
I'm gonna put that in my diet. 2 cookies a day.
You have the permission.
Now, do you believe in having those cheat days? Like some people say they'll work out and be perfect during the week, then that one day they can have whatever they want. Or is that a wrong mindset for nutrition?
I think it's important if you are doing this professionally and you are doing all of the calorie cutting, counting, all the clean, like it's like you have to compensate again because, you'll go in the other direction and not get the results that you're looking for if you sustain that. So you got to
Okay.
add it back in. You got to add the calories and the carbs back in. So
Okay.
that's why
Okay.
you have to cheat
So
day.
okay. So you're not not an advocate for all protein, like carnivore or vegetarian and all that stuff.
Things like the keto and all that stuff. Gosh, no,
Yeah.
that's not normal. It's not natural. Like it's trendy. It's a fad. A lot of people will do it. Like I had my sister-in-law did the keto. She had great results on keto, but when she stopped doing it, she gained it all back. So if you're not, and you can't keep doing it. I once worked with a guy who was strictly keto, but then ended up with like heart issues in the hospital. He almost killed
Wow.
himself on keto. So I'm like, I don't,
Wow.
so I don't know how he was doing it. I don't know all the details, but I'm like, all of these kinds of things I think are misleading as far as like
Yeah.
what healthy is supposed to be.
Yeah, we all have a different vision of that. And I think it depends on the trainer and everybody else. Because everyone has an opinion about everything. Maybe it works for their body, and the carnivore works for this guy, or whatever it is. But it may not work for everybody.
And it all simply comes down to your biology too. So like I like to try to find out as much as I can about my own body. So I found this company called Alter Me that will test your DNA and actually give you information on whether or not you should be lifting more weights or doing more cardio, how you respond to stress, what's the best
Mhm.
time for you to work out, like all kinds of information.
How did you find that company? Alter me.
I don't know if it was like Instagram ad or a TikTok, somewhere on there, it's so
Yeah.
you get a ring with
Yes,
it,
always
so
is.
it's kinda like, the Aura Ring or something, but it's attached to your DNA. It has all your DNA information, so all the information it gives you about what you should eat that day or how you should exercise that day, how much sleep you got, how ready you are, it's all, biomarked
Pretty cool.
with the ring. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you take, 'cause I saw one video, you're taking your blood. Is that the one where you take your blood, you send it into them, and they'll send you all the stuff and do all that? So, okay, that's pretty cool.
Just found that one because 'cause I'm like, I'm always talking about, "You should always get your blood work done," and I'm like, "It's time that I get
Yeah.
mine done." So, but your phone's always listening to you, so then it gives me this ad
Yeah.
about rhythm, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Perfect," you know? I don't have to make an appointment, I don't have to take time out of my day, it comes to me, and I thought and I
Yeah.
think, you get the introductory offer price of, like, $60 or something. I think
Oh, that's not bad.
it's a monthly subscription, but you don't have to pay every month if you don't want to get tested every
Yeah.
month. So,
Okay, gotcha.
that's perfect.
Gotcha.
And it gives you
Yeah.
all the stuff I need, like all the complete blood counts, the hormones, the liver,
Will
the
it tell
kid
you what you're missing also in there? It will tell you what your body's missing?
no, I think it's just mostly like a standard blood test, but I think it
Okay.
also gives
Okay.
you more like biomarker information too, like biological age.
Oh, gotcha.
uh, So I'm
Gotcha.
excited to see what it comes back with, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, see,
A little
my tin
nervous
hat I
too.
wear all the hat I wear all the time is I'm believing, oh, it's all a part of the government. They're going to track us and they're going to take our
Yeah.
DNA and all this stuff.
I'm sure they got it a long time ago, you know?
They got a
I'm sure
long
that's
time
what we
ago.
want the world to see anyway. We want everybody to know anyway, so I don't know what we're
Yeah,
worried.
we're online just popping everything out there anyway.
All
We're trying
right.
to be
We have no secrets.
private.
No secrets, no shame.
There's none. But that's pretty wild. But you know what? I'm really fascinated with all these companies that you can do all that because I think if you can find your biomarkers and there's some companies out there that it'll tell you what your body's missing also. You know what you're short of, what kind of supplement, not supplement, what kind of vitamins and all that kind of stuff you should be taking. And that's one thing I looked at doing, but I didn't want to spend $500 to do it. I said, well, I'll take a lot of supplements and I'll pee what doesn't work out.
Gotcha.
So now, do you take a lot of supplements or no?
Yes. God, I hate them. I'm a horrible pill taker. I have an incredibly strong gag reflex, so, like, it takes me at least a half hour in the morning to take all of these pills, and half the time I'm, like, choking on them and
Oh
spitting them
man,
out. Horrible, but yes, so many pills, and then, I take the I'm on the NAD+ train, I like that. I take
yeah,
the NAN,
yep,
I take the HGH, I'm taking the GHKCU, the copper for the skin,
yep.
um,
Yep.
you know, whatever I can do to, like, keep this as young as I can get it, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna fuck around and find out. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
I'm always on
Well,
testosterone. I am on testosterone replacement therapy, because like years ago,
yeah.
like things changed between my husband and I just like lost interest, shall we say. And so he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
maybe you should go get your hormones checked. And I'm like, "Mm," you know? So then finally I was like, okay, fine. And we found a clinic out here who suggested pellets, but
Okay.
I don't recommend them because they left, like, permanent scarring in my ass, so
Oh, wow.
I guess she did it incorrectly, but
You're
it's like I have, like, permanently
wow.
deformed ass. I'm very disappointed, but,
Oh, man.
for as long as we were doing it, they kept trying so they test you, and my
Yeah.
hormone levels were, like, 50 at the time, which were, like, normal for
Yeah.
a woman my age. Well, they say it's normal, so if you go to, like, your primary care physician, probably they're probably
Yeah.
not going to recommend testosterone replacement therapy because you're fine, so to say. But if you go to like one of
Yeah.
these clinics that want to put you more at like a beneficial level where you get more benefits as far as like memory, sleep, retaining muscle mass, bone density, and weight loss
Yeah.
and increased libido, which is really healthy for a
Yeah.
marriage, right? So they
It
wanted
is.
they wanted to get me up around 250, and they never could do that with
Wow.
pilots. And then
Yeah.
finally, one doctor suggested that maybe you have a brain tumor. And I'm like, get the fuck
Oh,
out of here.
jeez.
No, I'm like, no way. Like, that is so off
Wow.
the wall, you know? But when I finally went and got the MRI, I shit you not, I had like a little 3 millimeter like growth on my pituitary. It's benign,
Wow.
but it keeps my testosterone levels from increasing, whatever it was. It kept them from increasing. And it also
Oh
made
my
me
gosh.
faster, which was really fun, you know?
Yeah.
That's about
Jeez.
all it does to me. So then I was like, well,
Wow.
why can't I take an injectable form? So that's what I'm on now. And I take 1 milliliter. I take 2 injections a week and, just keep testing to make sure that that's enough.
Okay. Okay. Well, a question on that too is, being a female taking so much testosterone. Now, most people say, well, how, look at some, like I hear women say, I don't want to lift a lot of weights because I'm going to look like a guy. And we all know that's to a point not true unless you're taking some kind of testosterone or steroid or whatever. I'm not going to say the steroid word. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not an expert in it. I haven't ever taken it except when we had tonsillitis or some crap they gave it to you. But
Yeah.
now, does that affect your body? Does it make you look more masculine? You know what I mean? If you're taking so much testosterone.
It can eventually. And I look at myself compared to some other women that look like
Yeah.
5 times my size, right? So I'm like, they gotta
Yeah.
be doing all kinds of stuff. So, and
Right.
no judgment, right? But when people, and it will be women
Of
that say,
course not. Yeah.
like, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to be all bulky and masculine. And it's somewhat
Yeah. I hear
insulting.
that a lot.
It's insulting because, they think they can like do it. And then like the next day, they're just going to wake up with like these big, ugly muscles or something. But I like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain to them as like, you can pick where you want to be, and you would have to pass that to get to where you don't want to be. So once you get
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
you want to be, then you stop increasing the weight, and you just stay
Gotcha.
where you are. But I'm like, there's no way you're going to just start lifting weights and think that this is going to happen overnight. Like, impossible.
Yeah.
Something they don't have to worry about, really. If you don't want to look like me, you will not look like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I had another lady, Dasha, who's a great lady. She's over across the pond over there in Europe, and she's taken steroids before, and so she's been off of them. And it changed her voice, the whole thing, and so she was big on not doing it anymore. And so, have you had that same issue with you, with the voice change, the aggression, and anything like that, making your husband do more dishes? I don't know.
He does help more around the house.
Uh,
Um, but I've always had a deeper voice, but I think over the last few years, it has made it deeper. But like, I looked it up. Like, the nice thing is that after a couple years of doing it, as deep as my voice is right now, that's going to be as deep as it gets.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Gotcha.
and as
Gotcha.
far as anything
Gotcha.
else, like, I'm not growing a dick or anything, and I'm not I'm not overly aggressive. I don't find that I have an issue with my temper. I'm not
Yeah.
short-tempered. I still have an incredible amount of patience. Um,
That's good.
and as far as like
Yeah.
the voice being deeper, I don't really consider that a negative side effect either. So
Okay.
I think I'm
Gotcha.
doing okay.
Hey, you think
I'm
if
getting
you
the
hey, I
results
look
that
at
I'm
everything
seeing.
if you're happy with who you are, that's amazing because so many people are not happy with who they are. You know what I mean?
And I was interested
So,
in doing the testosterone replacement because my mother developed Alzheimer's at a really early age. And then she died like 5 years after, so I started doing,
wow.
yeah, really quick. She went really quick. And so,
Holy cow.
taking the testosterone is supposed to help, maintain that memory. And I also take thiamine, which is a B1, because I'm a drinker. And that's supposed to help reverse the effects of alcohol. on your brain a little.
Hmm.
I'm like, anything I can do to preserve this, I'm
Yeah.
on it,
Yeah, as we get older.
Right, right,
Oh man. Wow. Because you started this whole journey, as you were saying before, just to be the best 50 you can be, you
right.
know. Um, now, how has your and I see this as I get older and I see people get older out there. I'm still 28. Anyway, you get the elasticity, the flexibility, all those things. The joints hurt more and all that stuff. Do you find being a bodybuilder and all the things you're doing, uh, does that affect all those in a negative for you?
It did, when I was lifting heavier in the beginning, um, it would give me a lot of lower back issues, maybe some, like, shoulder
Hmm.
issues, so a lot of people
Yeah.
ask me, "What do you bench?" And I'm like, "I don't," because my shoulders don't
Okay.
make it. I don't do
Gotcha.
deadlifts anymore because it absolutely kills my lower back, and you don't really need to. There's so many different exercises out there that you don't have to, and my favorite thing to do now is just maybe I like to do a higher rep, higher set, which takes me
Okay.
longer
Okay.
at the gym, so I'm there, like, 2.5 hours. I'll do, like, 4 sets of 25 or 5 sets of 20 and, whatever weight that is to where I'm still reaching failure by the end of that 20.
Okay.
And I find
Gotcha. Gotcha. So
it
you,
keeps, like, the lean muscle without growing really big.
yeah.
It also helps
Okay.
give me that cardio I need because I don't do any other cardio.
Okay. You don't run, don't nothing like that. You just, you know, chase the husband around. That's about it, right? That's about cardio.
Yeah, right?
Oh
Absolutely.
man. The thing about what you're saying, I love what you're saying, saving the shoulder, because my shoulders are shot from lifting and martial arts, all the years of doing that. And my
Right.
lower back, I've been in martial arts since I was 8 years old, never had a back injury. And 2 months ago, doing a simple drill, and that was by myself, just warm up drills I like to do at home by myself. And I popped one and it blew my back out. I was just on the couch for like, I thought it was going to be 30, for a week. It was on for like almost 6 weeks. I was out and it
Wow.
sucked.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm finally back out doing stuff now. So, I felt so old. Oh my gosh. I felt like, come on, I can't be going out like
It can
this.
happen to anybody though. Like, I think it was like 6 years ago, I was just getting up off the couch and I
Oh,
did something to my back and I'm like, "Oh my god." I couldn't
yeah.
walk right for weeks. I'm like, "What was that?"
Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh man.
you don't have to be old. It's just one wrong movement and anybody can fall. So don't blame
Yeah.
the age. Don't blame the age.
Don't blame. I'm going to blame everything on that age, but you know what I say? But the number's high, but the body's still young. The mind is extremely young, very immature, and I live like that. I still find the stupidest jokes funny. I still talk the way I talk, and I feel as young as I'll get out. And I never celebrate my birthday, even though my birthday is in 2 weeks. On August 14th, I'm a strong Leo. My birthday's that day. I don't celebrate it. I never celebrate. So I actually, if you ask me how old I am, I can promise you I don't even know at this point because I haven't celebrated my birthday for years. I don't know unless I look at my driver's license. I'll know exactly how old I am. Isn't
They
that cool?
say that actually helps keep you younger. If you don't keep track of that kind of stuff and you truly believe, what you're saying coming out of your mouth, and it's a reality. It affects the physical self, absolutely. Every
Yep.
time, like,
I
people
was in a
say,
spoken word.
one of my favorite sayings is by Henry Ford, and it's, "Whether you say you can or you can't, you're right," you know? So
That's right.
right? And
Yeah.
I like
That's
that all
right.
the time. All these people that say you can't, I'm like, "Well, then you never will. Start saying you
There you
can,
go.
and you will."
Exactly.
I mean, it's that simple, but I know it's not that easy, you know?
But we're programmed to think that way. You hear people all day, oh, I feel like shit today, or, oh, you're killing me with that, or that kills me. And they say all these things. And I learned a long time ago. I don't know if it was from, reading all the positive imaging books when I was in my, early 20s, trying to start careers and building businesses and all that stuff. I never say anything negative towards myself. And my friends always, say things. You'll never hear me saying, oh man, you're killing me, or, this kills me, or that kills me. Because it sounds corny, like you said, sounds corny, but I believe life is in our words. And the Bible says that, the positive
Yep.
books say that, speak what you want. And I speak life over my body all the time,
Absolutely.
even though I
Never
feel
never
old.
say that life sucks or never say I'm bored or, you know,
Yeah.
anything like that. I
Yeah.
I heard a saying one time that only boring people get bored. I'm like, I'm never bored, you know?
There you go.
You're the
Exactly.
opposite. I could sit by myself all day and be totally happy. Well, good.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah,
My girl be gone. She works like we travel all over the place. So we're every 90 days we're somewhere new because she's a medical we're a traveler. So now we're in Montana. We're in Montana. So every 90 days we're somewhere new. And so she'll be working for like 4 days, 5 days straight or whatever. And I'm by myself a lot. And she's like, "What do you do by yourself?" I'm like, "I have a blast." Well,
right.
are you bored? I'm like, "No, I like me."
Right. I could just be in my own head asking all kinds of existential philosophical questions,
That's
having
right.
great conversations with myself, solving the world's problems, you know? I'm like, I'm good.
That's
Totally.
right. That's
Absolutely.
good. You
Right?
know,
There's a lot of
she'll see
therapy
me.
going on up
She said,
here.
"That's right. That's right. You're fixing your own
That's
problems,
right.
man."
Yeah.
I guess people don't realize you can do that yourself. And she'll see me sitting around sometimes, and I'll be quiet, but I'll start laughing. And she's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'll forget. I'm like, "Oh, I was just thinking about something," or I told myself this joke. I'm a weirdo, man. But I told you I'll get off on these crazy tangents. I apologize. But anyway, let's get back to reality here. Let's get back to you now. What made you decide to get into the? And you hear this about this sound healing. Like a friend of mine, she does that with these uh, jars, and she'll make the noise. And I know everything. Our body's all about frequencies and all that stuff. I'm not an expert on it. I don't know a lot about it. But what made you decide to get into that?
Just how affected we are just by tone of voice and the kind of music we choose to listen to. You know, like it's just as simple as saying like people that don't want to believe that's the woo woo, sound healing, whatever, but you just stop to think just how affected you are by somebody else's tone of voice. Just how quickly that can change your emotion, your attitude, your whole day. Like it can completely like just send
It's
you off the
true.
deep end, and it's incredibly powerful sound, so it's
Yeah.
interesting to me. So anytime I have an interest, I just want to learn more about it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. I learned about. I didn't learn about it. I was watching something on social media about sound waves and sleep, and for a while there, I couldn't sleep at night because I'm always in my head. I'm always up. So I went and I started downloading every night. I listened to this megahertz, this 475 point some whatever it is, and I not trying to sound hokey or anything, but I cannot sleep without that on. I'll put it on, I'm gone within 10 minutes. I am out like a rock. It's on Spotify. I have that playing. It's not loud. It's very subtle, and I hear it. If it shuts off in the morning because it'll go through certain things, it'll turn off, and I'll know it's off. And for whatever reason, I wake up
Is
like,
it like a steady tone? Is it one tone?
no, it's a bunch of different tones. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up, and I will give you the whole. It's Deep Sleep 2026 432 hertz,
Mhm.
and it's on Spotify. You look it up, and it's a whole bunch of different tones, but it's in that 423 range, and it just different things will come on, different types of music will hit it, and it'll go, and it's
Do
just
you
really soothing, and it really
do you wear headphones when you listen, or
no. No, I have it just on. My partner, she sleeps with it too. She likes it on too, and she sleeps like a rock anyway. But mine, I just have to have that, and I'm out. So they do work, man. These sound hurts do.
my thing is, and I've been listening to it for years now. I have a little Echo Dot by my bed, and I listen to thunderstorms as I fall asleep. I can't
Yeah,
sleep without it. I love the sound of thunderstorms.
yeah.
Yeah.
That. I tell you, for this storm outside, I can sleep like a fat baby, just comfortable, and I also sleep with a fan on. Do you still do that?
If I had one, I would. We just turn
Yeah,
the AC down to 68 every night.
yeah, yeah. But you got to have that noise. Before I found the
Something.
megahertz, I would listen to that noise. Even when I traveled, I'll take this little fan with me and put it in the room because I
Mhm.
couldn't sleep unless I heard the noise.
Yeah, I
Oh
agree
my gosh.
completely, absolutely. Otherwise, every little thing will just keep me up.
Yeah. And I have to have a room complete black. I mean, even if I can't have an alarm clock in there because it had a little red light on it. I used to have to cover something on top of it. It has to be so black in the room. It's weird. I can feel the light. I'm a weirdo.
I'm really affected by even like tone as far as like warm and cool
Yeah.
tone. So like
Oh, really?
lighting at home, like right now, it's very gray outside. I don't like it. I would like usually
Yeah.
shut all the curtains and turn on like a nice warm, like nightlight kind of a thing. And I sleep with
Yeah.
one of those Himalayan salt lamps that gives it a nice warm glow in
Oh,
my room.
yeah.
Whatever it is, it's got to be a nice warm, low tone. It's nice calm.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm.
Gotcha. So that's how you calm yourself. Do you stay up late at night? Or you're an early bird or you're a night owl? What is that?
I used to have insomnia and then I used to work late. So when I would come home, it was like my decompression time. So I would stay up even later just so I could have that
Yeah.
me time. But I find
Yeah.
I have taught myself that if I'm gonna do A, B, and C the next day, my bedtime's a strict midnight, so I can get that 8
Okay.
hours. And so I'm
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's
Well,
good. See, I wish I was an early bird. I mean, I always say tonight I'm gonna be in bed by 11 o'clock. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still wide awake. Till I got to get in bed and get the tone on because it'll knock me out. But I get up early anyway, so I'm one of those
it's right.
guys, man.
TV before bed. Read a book.
Yeah, yeah. Read a book. It's cool because I never have a TV on in the bedroom. Had a guy tell me that a while back. Go in the bedroom, you never watch TV in bed or anything, and I haven't watched TV in bed forever. I'll go in there, and the bed is for sleeping and whatever else. It's not good. It's not for watching TV or
Right,
anything. So,
right, right, right. Yeah.
and that helps me
The
sleep
worst
at
thing
night.
you can have in your bedroom, for sure.
Yeah, big time, big time. Now, do you get into the Reiki also the no touch massage therapy and all that kind of stuff?
I believe in it. I don't think I've ever had it done. I have a friend right now who was getting her like 12th and 13th attunement or whatever to be a
Yeah.
Reiki master or whatever. So,
Okay.
I do believe there's something to that because there's some people that are
Yeah.
more sensitive to other people's energy, and you can feel energy in a room after a fight. You can feel energy after a
Yeah.
separation, so it's definitely tangible and it's definitely, I would say, able to be manipulated, that some people are more easily manipulated than others, but are more sensitive, we'll say, to it. But I
Okay.
believe the thing, absolutely.
Okay. Hey, teach his own. I've seen, like I said, social media. I'm on there quite a bit, and I saw one lady, and I know, hey, I don't. My whole thing is I don't judge anybody, but I mock heavily. That's just me because that's my sense of humor. I don't judge nobody.
Right, right,
And
right,
it's
right.
one,
Well,
but it's one lady.
some
She's in
people
there
can
doing
give it a
the
bad name, Some people
right. I
turn into
know.
the cuckoo bird and they're all cuckoo birds.
And exactly. And I watch these videos. And I said it to my friends who massage therapists, and she's like, I'm like, do you do this? And the lady's doing all this, moving all the things around on the person just vibrating. I'm like, you do that? She said, don't send me any more of these, Tony, because that's not what I do.
Right. I think Gwyneth Paltrow actually had her own show for a minute, and she went to a Reiki master, and she did a demonstration, and they were, like there's no touching, but they were having like these seizures or convulsions or weird, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's in. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to
Right. You make us all look
experience
bad
that
now.
myself. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but yeah.
Right. Whatever it is, the guys charge a lot of money. I wish I
Maybe
could
like
charge some money to do
performing
that to people.
exorcisms or something. I don't know. Right?
No. Oh man. When you this is back up a little bit. When you started your body, you say you've been doing this for like 2 years to the point where you are now, correct?
Right.
Before then, what was the starting point for you? Was it I looked in the mirror and I just shit, I look like crap. I don't like the way I feel. Or it was just a gradual thing where you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in shape.
A few years ago, before we moved here, I woke up one morning and I could feel the back fat. And I was like,
No.
what is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Ew, that's not cute, right? And then lately, it's just been, the last couple of years, it's like you're always just talking, like you're trying to motivate yourself into, or shame yourself, guilt yourself into
Hmm.
starting. And I
Yeah.
finally just got tired of hearing myself bitch, or I got tired of being
Yeah.
tired of the way I
Yeah.
looked and the way I felt. And I'm like, I'm gonna be 50 soon. I'm like, I can't be one of these people that look like I fucking gave up on myself, and then
Yeah.
want to have this resume of excuses about why I can't do something. I'm like, I'd rather be the other example, you know?
Mm. Gotcha. Gotcha.
We
Was it hard to take that first step though? You know what I mean? Was it a up and down? Because we all do things. We always start something and back up, start and stop.
Mhm.
Was it a just a click? Fuck it, I'm doing this, or up, down, up, down, up, down.
I think it was finally, um, it all just kind of came together when I made the decision that I wanted to, that the timing was right, that I was able to. Because a lot of times,
Okay.
people make that excuse that they don't have time. And I hate that one. And I'm like, we always make time for the shit that, matters to us. You make time.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I finally was just able to make that time work with the time that I had. So it's all
Yeah.
working out. So it
Yeah.
was just time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like that though, because like you said, everyone can do whatever they want to do. It's not a time factor for anything you really want to do. Because if your friends say, "Hey, I got a free trip for you to go wherever with me, come on for a week," you'll make the time to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
All these things, but you like what you said, you have to make the time to do it. And it doesn't take all day. You take 2 hours now when you work out, but when you started, was it 2 hours? It wasn't probably.
No, and there's so many different ways to work out that you don't have to do that. And if your goal
Yeah.
isn't to step on stage, if your goal isn't to be 10% body fat, maybe it's just to be 10% better. Like when I first moved here, um, I was lucky to get a job serving. And in Southwest Florida, there's season and it gets really busy. So when you're serving, you can walk up to like 20,000 steps a night, which is like 10
Oh,
miles.
wow. I
And that-
bet you.
and I ended up
Yeah.
losing 20 pounds just walking more. So I'm like, that's all it
Wow.
takes. I'm like, literally just walk more. Find somewhere to
Yeah.
just walk more, even if it's just moving more,
Yeah.
thinking more, whatever it is. It
Yeah.
it's I think there's just so much information out there now that it's so overwhelming. It's really hard to figure out where to start, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
And it is because everyone, you
what
look
works for
online,
me?
it's man, it's inundated with all these different thoughts and different what to do and all these things.
And
And
it's hard
I
anxious
feel like you
taking.
when
I don't want to do it wrong and I don't know what's best
yeah,
for me and this, that, and the other. But you just have to fuck around and find out. I like fuck around and
I
find
like
out
that.
what works for
I
you.
like
What
that.
works for you doesn't work for me. What worked for my husband doesn't work for me. So even the movements themselves, like range of motion, like everybody is different. There's no wrong way to do it because somebody else is doing it differently. You just have to do what's right for you and try not to hurt
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, and try not to hurt yourself. Exactly. Because I've always, doing my new coming into nutrition and all that stuff years ago, I followed the simple calories in, calories out. You know what I mean? Just basic, working out, training stuff, working out 3 days a week, trying to do the body, the whole thing. And I just think just like anything, you can make it simple or you can make it hard. If you're really out of shape, just cut down on the sugar, stop the sugar. Let's do that. Because I know for me, when I go through the phase of well, when I was going through the phase of I'm gonna stop everything. I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna eat sugar. I'm not gonna eat chips. I'm all those things. Give it 2 days, and then I'm back at it again later. You know what I mean? And then you put on more weight. So cutting out one thing helped. It helped me start that journey. Cut out sugar because we don't eat a lot of sugar at all. We only kind of sugar we have is from fruit and that kind of stuff. But we cut out sugar, and that was helpful. Then you start cutting out one other thing. I'm not giving up my bourbon and cigars. But anyway, is that a good plan or not?
Still, like people are gonna miss their sugar. People want their sugar.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm more a fan of just reduce portion size. So like
Okay, yeah.
our eyes are always bigger than our stomach. So whatever you're putting on your plate, just take half of that away. You can always have more later,
Okay.
you know? But like when you're
Yeah.
done, wait 20 minutes. If you're still hungry, drink some water. If you're still hungry, then you can eat some more. But this
Okay.
way, you
I
still
like
get to
that.
have your sugar, you know?
I like that.
I still have my cookies. I still have my sundaes. I still allow myself to have that, but you just make
Yeah.
room for it?
Okay. Portion size. Because that makes a lot of sense because everyone, you go somewhere, you got a shit ton of stuff to eat, and they bring restaurant, a ton of stuff. And what me and my girl started doing when we go out to a restaurant and eat, and we like going, that's one of our national pastimes. We like to do that. We split a meal every time. We'll find we won't, we'll share the meal. You know, we get extra drinks, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway,
Right. Right. Yeah. Anytime, I always see it as like a 2 for 1. You know, when I go out to dinner, I get to eat half of it then, and then I have the rest of it for breakfast or like a snack later. So,
Okay.
yeah, I just feel
But you have
so
good
full.
control though.
Hmm?
So you have very good control, over,
I didn't
what you
know
eat
it,
and how.
so, but it's like it's
Yeah.
just slowly have to retrain that I didn't like that really full feeling. I don't like feeling like I
Okay.
overate, and I don't like feeling that
Yeah.
guilt. Like food and eating should never be this guilty experience. You shouldn't have to want to punish
Yeah.
yourself because you enjoyed a meal. So
Yeah.
just slowly eating slower, you know, gives your body
Okay.
more time to satiate. So
Yeah.
just retraining.
Okay.
It takes time. That's all.
Yeah. So your nutrition, not all nutrition, I mean, for your weight loss, a part of your weight loss is portion size. That's what started you with yours, is portion size. And then you built onto other things from there. Okay. All right, not bad, not bad. See, that's my
And,
problem. I'll
and
I'll eat and I'll eat just eat fast and eat lots fast.
I used to weigh everything out, right? So when they say like you're starting this, you get your little food scale and you weigh your 5 ounces of meat and this, that, and the other. But after a while, you can learn to kind of eyeball it, and you can see what your portion size is, and you don't have to put that in the equation anymore unless you're prepping for a contest or something. It doesn't have to be all that serious.
Gotcha,
Like
gotcha.
I'll
That's
use
some good
my
information.
hands most of the time for my portion sizes. So like this will be like a portion size for like my steak or something, my meat. Um,
Oh,
this
that's
could
smart.
be,
Yeah.
for my veggies, whatever. But yeah, I'll use my.
Okay.
That's should be the correct portion size for my belly.
Okay.
You can
So
take
what
it
if you
with
have
you
huge hands?
everywhere. Yeah.
So you get massive hands. That's a whole other story. Because my massage therapist, she had the biggest hands, and I hope she doesn't take this the wrong way. Because I used to tell her all the time, man, I put my hand up against hers, and I don't have a small hand, but I don't have giant hands. Her hands would sit out like that, and I'm
So
like,
you're
and she was a
bigger.
small lady.
Oh, really?
No, she was. I think she was 5'10". I think she was 5'10". I think
Well,
she is. I'm not
that's
gonna say
big
she
for
was
a
like she passed
woman.
away, but she's 5'10".
Oh,
What's that?
that's a tall woman. I'm
Yeah,
4'11".
she was. Oh man, yeah, she's 5'10", and her hands were so big. But oh man, so okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try that with mine. I'm gonna put it on the plate at the restaurant and be like, all right, I'll cut my steak to this size. That's all I want. Yeah, this is good. Oh man, so that's really good. That's perfect though. I mean, if you everyone's different, and it surprises me. I would tell you, it surprises me a little bit for as in shape as you are. And I don't know if you feel like you're in shape and all that stuff, but from the outside looking in, you like your physique is in, and you worked on it. You got the nutrition down. You got all these things. My surprise is how you're doing it. I mean, like we're just talking about, you just go by portion size when you started this, and yes, you take other things now, but you're still doing the portion size, and that to me surprises me because most bodybuilders that I know that are actually trying to stay in shape, I mean, their meals are huge. You know, everybody's different, I guess, right?
Well, they're like, for a guy, they're probably lifting a lot heavier, a lot more, and they want to grow.
Yeah, yeah.
So they need to have all the
Gotcha.
calories and protein. So it's absolutely
Gotcha.
necessary to have that surplus if you're trying to get bigger. But I'm trying to.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
trying to stay down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. It's trying to stay. So what was the biggest you've gotten? The biggest weight off when you're out of shape. What was the biggest you've gotten?
145.
And you were 4'11" at 145. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But people hear that number, think that's not a bad number. But if you add in your height, everything else,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it was bad. Yeah. I mean,
Oh
I
man.
mean, to put it into perspective, that was more than 20 pounds heavier than I was when I was 9 months pregnant the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a lot of,
Wow.
yeah. I was like 20
Wow. And
pounds
you're at
more.
120 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-huh.
And how many kids do you have?
I have one. I have a 22
One.
son.
Okay. Now answer me this. When you had after you had your son, how long did you have to lose that? How long did before you lost that weight? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people that I see now, or some people, I would say a lot of people, some people who, well, this is still baby fat. Well, your kid is 12, and
Right.
they still have the, you know what I mean? How long did it take you to lose that?
Well, I can kind of thank my mother for instilling this fear of being fat in me.
Mm,
Like, you know, It took me maybe 3 months or so to get rid of it.
Okay.
I was trying to
Okay.
as quickly as I could because it really doesn't naturally take most women that long. I know not everybody's the same, but yeah, a good 3 months and trying to stay mindful of not gaining too much weight when you are pregnant, because I always learned that if you gain it too quickly, that's when you get the stretch marks. It's not because of how
Hmm.
you get, it's how quickly you gain the weight. So
Yeah.
try not to gain weight too quickly. And thank goodness
Okay.
I don't have any stretch marks. So
Yes. That's good.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, that makes sense though, because I see a lot when people do the shots now. I can always tell I can't always tell, but the ones I assume done the shots and they're bigger, and you see the loose skin, you see all the stretch marks, you see all the things because they lost the weight so fast. They stretched their body out so big, then they lost all the weight. The skin can't catch up and all that stuff. You
mm.
know.
Well, guys are the
So,
same way. Like my husband used to do sports in college, and he grew really quickly, and he's got stretch marks on his thighs from getting so big too quick. So
yeah,
it could happen to
yeah,
anybody.
yeah. That's true. That's true. It can happen to anybody. You know, when you decide to start getting in shape, and you've been married for how many years?
11? It'll be 11 this
Okay.
month, actually. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now that's good. So you've been with somebody for a while. Now, because I know a lot of times when couples they try to one person tries to lose weight, if the other partner isn't in the game with them, they're basically not intentionally, they're going to drag them back down to their eatings and all that stuff. Hope I'm asking that right. Hope I'm saying that right.
Mhm.
How did you guys work together? Did you guys work together at first? I know you said he did this and you did that. How did that work for you guys?
When we first got together, we were on the same boat, you know, on the
Okay.
same page, in the same boat, and we were kinda helping each other out. He was really good with the fitness stuff, I was good with the food stuff, and we looked the best we ever did in our early 30s, right? It was a lot easier in
Okay.
early 30s. And then his
Yeah.
schedule got busier, his life changed, he doesn't work out as much. Um, so, like, me being what I'm doing and where I'm at, it really doesn't bother me if he doesn't work out or doesn't eat like I do. So I'm like, this might be hard to hear, but I think a lot of people will use that as an excuse to let their
Hmm.
lives fail, by letting
Yeah.
somebody else
Yeah.
influence them or whatever. I'm like, again,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
something you really want, you're gonna do it. Like, I will buy my own groceries, I will make my own food, I will prep my own meals just to make sure that I can eat the way I wanna eat, and I can still buy his packages of Oreos and whatever else it is he wants to eat and not be
Yeah.
tempted by that, so
Yeah.
I've got a
That
freezer
makes
full of,
sense.
like, taquitos and pizza rolls that my kid ate, so I'm good. I've got my
Yeah.
savings, yeah, so,
Okay.
you know.
But that's good that you guys do that together. That the way you guys handle your household. On the other flip side of that, I would think if I saw my partner getting in perfect shape, whatever it is. And I would want to do that too because we want to have, especially being in 50 and all that stuff. You want to live longer. You want to have a longer life together. You want to be able to, run on the beach holding hands together. I don't know about that running crap, but you want to do those things together. Does it ever feel like you're guilt tripping him and stuff like that to lift weights and to get in shape and all that stuff?
Well, I will say after I started doing the Instagram and I started getting more attention, um,
Hmm.
and 10% seems to be, like, the magic number that everybody starts to notice that you've really made changes. It actually, I think, inspired him. He's actually going back
Good.
to the gym now and,
Good.
doing stuff, so I'm like, "Yay."
Good. That's
He's like, "You
awesome.
can't be the only one in the relationship that looks good."
That's good. Yes, right. You can't be the only one. You know what I mean? But too, when social media, when you see you out there flexing and looking as good as you do body wise, it's going to bring attention to you. And he's probably saying that, well, I want to be able to keep up with her. I don't want her to find another hot guy on the side and
Right,
kick me
right,
to the
yeah.
curb.
I'm sure there's some of that too, yeah,
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 that's right. Well, yeah.
and
But
there
that's
can
cool
be
that
a
you guys
little
said,
competition going on too. He's like, "Well, I can't let you
yeah,
beat me at life or whatever," so he's gotta
that's good. Hey, whatever it takes, as long as you guys are still in love and doing it together, you know. That's pretty good. And you guys met at the gym kind of thing, right?
We did. We did. He was a
Okay.
personal trainer at a local gym in Granite City. He was
Yeah.
supposed to they were trying to get him to be my personal trainer, trying to get me to buy a package and all that stuff, and it was
Yeah.
one of those gyms you join because it's $10 a month, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, "I don't need any personal training, thank you very much." But, he then, like, decided, "Well, you just be my client, and we'll get results, and you can help me get more clients." I'm like, "If that means free training, I'm all in," right?
Right. Right.
That's how that happened, yeah. And he was a great
So in other words, he stalked
trainer.
you.
I got really good results, so he knows what he's
That's
doing.
good. I bet you he stalked you then. Is that what you're saying? Around the gym and pretend like he was trying to help you,
Yep,
you know?
yep, yep, yep. Yeah, yeah,
Was he working on a lot of glute things? Is that his whole thing? I'm specializing in the glutes for you, you know?
yeah. Well, it was one of my requests, you gotta have everybody wants the butt now, so it
Yeah.
balances everything out, so you gotta have those nice
Yeah.
healthy glutes. It's important to have developed healthy glutes.
Healthy glutes. It's your glute chain. It fixes everything. It's around your back. It affects your waist. Just the whole thing. Are you going to do more bodybuilding out there? Or are you done with the bodybuilding thing? Or are you just working on you for you?
I get a lot of people asking me if I'm prepping for a competition or if I'm going to compete, if I do compete, if I've ever competed. And I get asked that like every day so much to where I feel like guilty that I don't.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think, we had talked about me competing before, and I was interested until I saw just how much dedication and commitment and like
Yeah.
borderline eating disorder insanity goes along with this. And I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I have that in me, because I
Yeah.
like my drinking, I like my cheeseburgers, I like this, and
Yeah.
a rigid routine just kind of sucks the life out of me, But
I
maybe,
feel you, girl.
I'm like, yeah. But so many people ask, I'm like, maybe if I feel, because I don't feel like I'm to the point where I could step on stage and win, but maybe if I ever
Yeah.
got to a point to where I feel that I could win, I would consider it. So I'm not giving up. I'm
Okay.
still in the gym. Like before now, I was there for at least 2 hours. I go for 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
I was there for 3.5 hours
Wow.
yesterday. So yeah.
Wow. You are a gym rat.
And
Oh man, that's awesome.
I'm like, I'm almost there. I'm like, kind of here, but I'm like, I'm not here unless I can stay here for at least 6 months or more, so
Okay.
I'm still learning, I'm still figuring it out, I
Okay.
when I'll eat something and I get all bloated and, I get all like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just like ruined everything," but,
Yeah.
try not to
But
pick
that's how you feel about yourself, and so that helps you motivate you. So everybody's different. Now I saw one of your videos on that you did a colonic. Is that correct? Where you went to the place where they did the tube and the big cranking and
I do it at home. I do it at home. I have one in my shower that I use to clean out and, I'll take
a big colonic machine.
it's just a hose. It's just a hose.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just a hose.
nothing
Hey,
fancy.
Bobby, crank it up back there a little bit, Bobby.
Yeah. I mean, that's all they use at I've gone to the fancy places and had it done, and personally, I think I do it better. I think they just gave me an enema. So here it's like it's a little more involved and it takes a couple hours. So it's a process.
Couple hours.
A couple hours. Yeah. You'd be
Wow.
surprised how
So holy
much you
cow.
learn.
Yeah, jeez. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get nosy because that's what I do. I want to get nosy here.
It is.
You answer how you want to answer. You tell me not today. We're not talking about that, or let it all out. Wh- When you're doing this in the shower, are you in that funky position where you got to be on your back or on your side in the
All
shower?
fours. All fours.
God, for 2 hours?
Not steady. So you have to let the water go in and then you have to let it
Okay.
sit. Then you get that feeling that
Mm.
you have to go. So then you have to get up and try to make it to the toilet without making a mess, you know?
How
Yeah, and then you're there. And then I like to put on, so I'll have like a whole thing. So I'll make a drink, I'll have my music, and I'll usually listen to like an EDM because it gives you like a beat to move to help everything like work out, right?
Yeah, you gotta go
And then
side
you're
to
on the
side.
toilet, like doing a little poo poo dance,
Yeah.
it helps everything move out.
Oh my.
And that's me for 2 hours. You know?
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna go out for dinner. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah. Like it's
Oh my gosh.
clear my schedule for the
How much of the tube goes in? Because I've seen those, and to be honest with you, I wanted to go try those. I'd say, you know what? Because sometimes you just feel like you need to get a whole cleaning out, and I wanted to go to the place, but I'm just afraid. I tell you, let me tell you something here, private about myself. Well, not even private, but I think it's funny. I went and this was a few years ago, and I went and got the camel up the butt, right? And so he's looking at everything. And so afterwards, you go in and they put you in another room, whatever, relaxing or whatever. So they do a sphincter test for you, where they put this electric device on you in your butthole, and they test your sphincter. And so the lady says to me, she's like, "Okay, you see that dial on the wall there? It'll go up to this when you're that whatever. So I'm gonna insert this." And she's like, "Mr. Jones, will you relax?" I am relaxed. She's like, "That thing is buried in the red. You are squeezing." I said, "I promise you, I'm not squeezing." And she's like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anybody buried that much. I'm gonna put you in your record as official tight ass." So I'm official a tight ass. So if I'm afraid if I go to that place they got to get a tiny, tiny tube because it ain't open back there. How big
Well,
is that tube they use?
um, my hose that I
Oh, you said you've gone to these places before you stopped going
yeah,
to
I
those, you do
mean,
it on yourself.
they're small. I mean, it's not like, it's pretty small. It I
That
think
ain't small.
I think they'll lube it up for you, they give you some lube.
Jeez. They better buy me some dinner, give me some wine for a few hours.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Little sweet talk. Sure. Put on the mood music.
Oh my God.
They dim the lights
Just
for you.
everything. That's right. Wow. I'm just afraid to, but I do want to try it. Just I think that really, like you said, really does clean you out. But oh my gosh, how big is your hose?
Well, it's a long hose, but like maybe only well, actually it's pretty long. So you have to get it past the opening of your asshole into the second sphincter so that it actually gets into your colon and goes up your descending colon. So you have to get that water in there. So you'll feel it go through that second sphincter and you're like, okay, there it is. And then you have to like hold down on it and hold the water in and let the water go up.
Much. Oh my gosh. You are awesome, girl. I tell you, you, you are making some customers for it, or you're
Oh
getting
my
people
God.
off of
Well,
wanting to do
you
that.
feel so much better afterwards, because like when
Yeah,
you're constipated, you're bloated and you feel, you know, um, toxic. You just feel inside and it's just not
yeah.
you,
I know what you
you
mean.
feel stuck. And so like after a while you feel that release and you're like, oh my God, so much better, but baby,
Really?
that like you think, all of that came out, you should be lighter the next day. And I had this
Yeah.
issue to where like I would always be a pound heavier. I'm like, how the fuck did I
Really?
wait, right? And what happens
Wow.
is your intestines absorb that water and it holds on to that water.
Oh
Because
yeah,
that's what it does. It absorbs nutrients and
yeah.
fluid and
So
stuff.
just water weight that you put on that
Yeah.
extra pound was just
Yeah.
water
So
weight.
don't freak out.
Okay. How much weight can you lose? I know it's not permanent weight, but how much weight do you lose on those things when you do one?
Mm, maybe 2 to 5 pounds. I try not to
Holy cow.
get too full of shit before I have to do it.
So- well, yeah. Well, then shit, man. I'm going to lose 20 pounds because I'm full of shit all the time. I'm just, oh my God.
I've seen videos where people can lose up to 15. But
And that's just the packed bile. All that stuff is
yeah,
in your,
yeah.
wow, it's sitting there for that long.
I
Oh
mean,
my
you got a
gosh.
lot of intestines going on in there. So, you know,
Yeah,
and as long if stuff is always going in, you've always got stuff in there.
that's true. And you do this, what, once a week, you said, or every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, if it's part of your regiment now, it's
Either
part of your
once a
routine.
week or whenever I start to feel like maybe I need to. So
Okay.
at least once a week.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, do you see parasites and all that stuff come out? Because that's a big thing you see all over the place with detoxing your systems and all these parasites, but nothing. Okay.
No worse.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good. I mean, you clean out a long time. Nothing's in there, pulling you down.
Yeah.
Girl, I may try it. If I do try it, I'm going to get you back on to
Okay.
tell you
Get
my
to the
story and,
seasons, man.
how many cigarettes I smoked. I'm not a smoker, but other than cigars.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So how long have you been doing that routine that helps you? Because it helps you with all the things you're doing to help you withstand healthy at 50, I'm sorry. And that helps you with all that, the nutrition, the working out, the what are they? Colonics, right? All those things help you doing that. So how long have you been doing that for your routine?
Gosh, a couple years now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I like to take like a probiotic and a prebiotic, get some of that healthy
Hmm.
bacteria back in there.
Okay. Okay. So your routine with that is I'm not just being fast, just going to fixate on that part, but I want to know, like you just said, on what you put back in once you're done doing those. You do the pro and pre, you put them back in, and what kind of food do you eat like afterwards? Do you eat just certain, or you just go back to regular eating?
Well, I still eat clean, so it'll be the lean ground beef,
Okay.
the salmon. I prefer chicken thighs over chicken breast because they've taken all the flavor out of chicken breast
Mhm.
and it's too dry. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not too worried about
Yeah.
the fat in the chicken thighs. I like my flavor. I don't like food to be boring because then you don't want to do it,
Okay.
you know. But it's still mostly
Okay.
clean.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool. Now let's jump into this. I know we're going on quite a bit here, and I think that's good because I want to talk forever, and I will. As you can see, if I start talking, I never shut up. That's my problem. But what are you trying to accomplish with your platform? Because like you say, you've only been doing a platform for a short period of time, and I see your stuff, and that's how I found you. I found you just wow. She looks fit. She's not trying to sexualize herself where you see most of these things on there. You see all these, but you were trying to be in fit. I look at your body. I saw your age-ish. I assumed your age. And I saw you and I was like, that is pretty cool. She's out there. She's bodybuilding. She's training. She's doing these things. Now, what are you trying to accomplish with your platform?
I guess make it more accessible to people, more like I don't know if that's the right word or not, but it was one young guy in particular came up to me in the gym a month ago and
Mm.
told me that I could be an inspiration to people. And a lot of people themselves were coming up to me telling me they want to look like me and they want to, do whatever
Wow.
the other. So I'm like, the universe must be telling me something, right? So I just started doing this and I'm more just, whatever it is I learn, share it and maybe it can help somebody else. And if it's that's where they are in their journey, then it'll happen. If not, leave it, whatever, but I guess just to share knowledge and experience and let them know that it's really not that difficult. We overthink things to the point where we just don't do anything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
just start doing something
Yeah.
because the motivation for me came after I started seeing results. And that, just with the push-up challenge, that's as little as 28 days. You,
Yeah. I saw that. That was pretty cool. You
you
doing
know,
that. Yes.
I I'm like, that shocked me, that amazed me. I'm like, "Holy cow." Like, there it is right before my eyes, right in front of my face. You can get results that quick. It's just
Yeah.
consistency. And it's not motivation because most of the time I'm not motivated to go to the gym.
Who is?
Hey, I didn't want
Yeah.
to go, but I had a really good workout when I went. So it's just the motivation comes later, it comes after the action. So
Yeah.
make those baby steps.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I think you're right. The motivation. Most of us are not motivated, but
Mhm.
after you just push through anyway, it's always rewarding. No matter what it is you're fighting or what you don't want to do, work out, eat, whatever it is, and you do it. It's always more rewarding. You feel much better about yourself afterwards.
As you're doing that, you're, reprogramming yourself, you're rewiring the brain. And after a while, it won't feel like you're fighting yourself against yourself all the time. It's just, it'll
Yeah.
just be that reflex that you do. And it will get to the point where you would rather do that and you feel bad about not doing it if you don't do it. You know,
Okay.
um,
Gotcha.
it's very easy not to go to the gym and I can not go to the gym, but I, I would feel worse about not going than going.
Yeah. Yeah, we beat ourselves up a lot because you feel you failed. In essence, I failed myself. I should have done that. I read not read. I heard on a podcast. This what's his name? Jordan Peterson. I love that guy. I
I
loved
love
his
him.
stuff he put out. Yeah, and one of the things, this was 6, 7 years ago. I went through a divorce, and I was just trying to rebuild myself mentally. And he said about get one win for your day. Go make your bed up. And so I'm like, start your day with a win. So I've make my bed up for 6 years, first thing in the morning, and that to me, that's that small win. So when I do not feel like doing the workout or doing whatever, I know if I just do it, it's over. That time's going to pass anyway. That hour, 2 hour, whatever it is going to pass. So might as well do it or not. You know what I mean?
Well, once I even get to the gym, like, because in the first place, I don't want to go. I'm tired, whatever. I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like it. But after I get there, part of the reason it takes me so long is that I could be there for a good 2 hours before I finally start feeling like I have energy to do it. And once
Mm,
I get that energy, I'm like, I could be here another 2 hours.
wow.
So it really
Wow.
takes me a long time to get into it. And a lot of times
Yeah.
I'm doing it, it's just like, I don't wanna feel like I'm going through the motions, but it still kinda does. I'm like, I don't wanna sandbag myself. I can't be in here, like, not putting in the work. Like, I just
You're there already.
so it's like this
Yeah.
constant, monologue with yourself of like, "Do it. I don't want to. Do it. I don't want to." You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of that, the biggest win is driving to the gym. You're there. That's a start, because every time, and no matter, even if I work out at home, because all the stuff I do, I have my kettlebells. I love kettlebells. So I work on all these different kettlebells, all this stuff, and I don't want to do nothing. I will look at those bells and be like, I'll look good anyway. I don't need to do no more.
So
You
you
know?
prefer a home environment to a gym environment?
Say that again.
Do you prefer a home environment to a gym environment?
That's not preference. It's just what I'm doing right now, and just in my things I'm doing on outside of lift weight in my life now. I just want to get it done, as opposed to going to a place and set up and go in there and do all that. I have no problem going to a gym. I just look for time wise, and a part of it too. If truth be told, it's a motivation thing. If I'm not motivated, I figure like this: if I go grab those bells and just start doing my thing, I've done it already. I don't have to motivate myself and find every reason to get in the car or not reason to get in the car and drive over there and all this other stuff. That's just for me. But that's just what I do. Having the bells home, when I get that quick little, I don't want to do it. I always tell myself, shut off what you're doing, go grab a belt and just start swinging it. And I do that, and that gets me, okay, I'm doing it now, so I might as well finish my workout.
I see.
I don't know if that makes sense
Whatever works for
or
you.
not.
It doesn't have to make sense
Yeah.
to me.
It doesn't have to make sense. Trust me, half my life doesn't make sense. People always said, "Man, how do you live your life? You guys travel everywhere. You do all those things. You're semi-retired, doing this stuff." I'm just like, I don't know. I just have fun what I'm doing, man.
That's what it's about. You gotta make it fun. Whatever you do, make it enjoyable.
You have to. You have to. But girl, I tell you, this has been amazing.
Yeah.
We tried to do this for 3 times by my fault, my fault, my fault, and we finally got it. And I believe, we were meant to be together. I made a friend here across the. Where are you? I'm in Montana right now. You're over in Florida. So, how far are you? How far are you from Key West?
Ooh, like 6 to 8 hours.
Wow, you're way on the other side.
Well,
Oh,
Florida's
okay.
a big state, man. We have
It
2 time
is.
zones here.
It is.
2 time zones in one
You do.
state. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you do. See, that's why I messed up. See, no, but
uh,
I'm going. I love going to Key West. That's one of my favorite
oh,
places to
so
go
do
on the
I.
planet. I love going there, and we're planning on going back in maybe a few weeks. We're gonna go back out to Key West and
Nice.
and get into some trouble.
There
But
you
I was
go.
gonna say, hey, let's go work out together. Which it'd be me just sitting on the side with the 10 pounds, telling some squeeze and burn, squeeze and burn.
Yeah. We'll do some push-ups together.
There you go. There you go. But Tonya, this has been awesome. You're amazing. Before we get you out of here, just tell everyone how to find you, where they can find you on all the platforms, your website, if you have one. I don't know if you have one or not, but give up all your information.
Oh, I'm just on Instagram and TikTok. I guess the best place really is Instagram, just Misfit Naples. No underscores, no hyphens, just Misfit Naples, MISSFITNAPLES on Instagram. Come follow me. I usually
Okay.
respond within the first few hours. So if you want to chat, I chat. I do respond.
That's awesome. Guys, check her out. And once again, when you see her stuff, you will learn some things. And she just did this cool push-up challenge. I was at the same time doing a push-up challenge with a friend of mine in Tennessee. I got to 2,500 push-ups. How many did you get?
Total for the month was 2,599.
Holy, you see, you still beat me. My gosh.
Right.
That's awesome. And you know what? She's doing real push. They're always real push. I'm not going to judge anybody for on the knees,
Counts.
but the girl is rocking them out. So, but guys, check her out. She's amazing. Tonya Starman. I love you, girl. I appreciate you more than you know. And we will do this again. When I get my colonic, I'll call you up.
You'll have to let me know how that goes.
It'll
I want to
go.
know the details.
That's right. I'll show you how much I cried. But anyway,
All right.
hey, girl, you're awesome. We'll talk soon. I will catch you later, and we'll see you when you see you.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Lines on my face like cracks in the road. Still chasing fire through the years have slowed. Weights on my back.